Hey, what's going on, everyone? Yeah, another quick video. I don't think I've actually discussed Nintendo and mobiles yet on my channel. If I have, I don't remember, so I'm not going to link any video. But yeah, so we've recently seen another trailer for Mario Kart Tour on mobile phones, which is now releasing in September. It shows a number of familiar levels that we've seen from previous Mario Karts, some new ones. One actually looks like a cool track. It's like a nighttime track. We got familiar characters, and initially on first glance when this game first leaked, and after seeing the game in motion, I thought it looked like utter garbage. To be fair, I think I was quite vocal on saying that on Twitter. But this recent trailer, actually shows that the game looks pretty decent. But then, at the same time, my interest in it is still virtually zero. I've always been, lukewarm towards Nintendo's mobile efforts from the start, and overall, I've just never been a fan of mobile gaming in general, to be honest. I remember when Nintendo came out and said that their mobile efforts were to help draw the mobile phone crowd towards their own consoles and their own software, especially the younger players who have, in effect grown up with tablets and mobiles, as everyday electronics in their lives, and can spend large amount of time on them. So much so, in fact, that the easily downloadable and mostly free games, proved to be good enough for them to mostly remain on those platforms, which at the same time created a generation of kids who have had little contact with Nintendo IPs, if any at all. That's actually a thing now, which is crazy to me. But hey, it's not everyone can jump on game consoles and everything. But I suppose this is the lure of mobile phones and tablets. They're just there and easily available. This is what mostly, and I suppose eventually, spurred Nintendo to join the mobile markets, also because the world was typically saying that console gaming was dying, and investors pressured Nintendo in many ways to get their IPs onto mobile phones and tablets. Those IPs not even necessarily being original titles, as back then, investors and the vocal majority was simply calling for the virtual console to be placed on mobile phones and tablets, which I think exposes a lot and shows people's imaginations in terms of what they expect and what they would like to see from Nintendo themselves. And I suppose the respect with Nintendo and their mobile efforts, at least they have done something different. What I've never liked about mobile gaming is quite simple, really. It's for me, it's the lack of any real input with the games. Now we're not all we're all not shy to touch control gaming, and if you're a Nintendo fan, touch control gaming has probably played a major role in your gaming life. But the difference with Nintendo devices was that the touchscreen and motion controls were also supported with control sticks, D-pads and buttons, which allowed for that far more precise feedback and input. The mobile games I did download, I quickly grew tired of, because initially everyone was doing the same thing, whether that was endless runners where you simply tap the screen, tower defense games where placing items on the grid quickly grew tiring for me, racing games, where you simply just tilted the phone or tablet to turn, etc. But most of all, for many of these games, they just felt cheap. Could be full of adverts, full of microtransactions, and generally just repetitive, which I personally found very difficult, getting into as someone coming from, for me, coming from a long history of, arcade and console gaming, where, the full, on PC gaming as well, sorry, where the full package was always there, and so was the quality for the most part. I also hate having my hands or fingers blocking the screen if I'm trying to control something. I hated this with Phantom Hourglass on the Nintendo DS, where you always had to control Link with the stylus. But my hands covered quite portions of the screen, and I'm not a fan of Phantom Hourglass at all. I actually don't even think it's a great Zelda. I really don't. But that just gives a little background as to why I've never really been into mobile gaming. So when Nintendo came into the game, a lot of people who knew me instantly asked me, if I would be if it would be Nintendo who'd finally get me into mobile gaming. And to be honest, even then, I kind of knew that not even Nintendo could get me into mobile gaming, because they would still have to put their games on these touchscreen only devices, and there's just no way in hell I'm buying an extra control device or anything like that to attach my phone just to play mobile games. It's just something I'm just not going to do. But of course, being a Nintendo fan that I am, I still tried most of their games. The first one, of course, being Miitomo. And to be honest, when I first downloaded it, me and my friends had a lot of fun with it. Mostly thinking of creative ways to put pictures of our Mii's being killed in various ways. Using images, from movies, like Total Recall and Commando or whatever, as backgrounds, and then placing our Mii faces over those actors' faces, which created a lot of memes that we done, and that was hilarious at the time. This lasted a little while, but once that had worn out, we slowly drifted off it, and of course Miitomo was later shut down then. I guess it also helped that it was synced up with my Nintendo, and we get reward points which fed into my Wii U and my 3DS, and remember my Nintendo? Yeah, exactly. No one does, because Nintendo aren't bloody using our Evo right now. But I've tried other stuff, like Pokemon Go, Animal Crossing, and Fire Emblem, but that's about it, I think. I never tried Super Mario, as once again, that sort of endless runner, just tapping a screen thing never gelled with me on mobile phones. And, I'm a traditional, Mario player, don't get me wrong, I love spin-offs and stuff, but control-wise, if you're going to give me that little platform type of game, and once again, the device, it just never called to me. It just really didn't. I always wondered. Also always wondered what the new adoption rate on people who play Nintendo games on mobile phones would be, as in getting them to run out and then buy a Nintendo Switch as an example, or a 3DS, to play Mario Kart 7 or Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, purely based off their experience with this new Mario Kart, and perhaps being introduced to Mario Kart for the first time. I've always felt that these numbers would be pretty low. Not horrendously low, but probably low enough for them to not make any meaningful difference, but in terms of getting them to buy actual Nintendo hardware, but hey, I could be completely wrong about it, and perhaps, Nintendo mobile efforts have brought in a large number of people, or perhaps just overall, kept these mobile and tablet gamers in touch with Nintendo products, which I believe Nintendo, it was Nintendo's aim to begin with anyway. And if they stay on mobile phones and plug money into those games, I suppose it's still, in some respects, a win-win for Nintendo. But as for me, I just don't do mobile gaming, and even though I've dabbled in a few, it appears that not even Nintendo can get me into this ecosystem, even with a fairly decent looking Mario Kart, but I'm sure this game has other ways to get players to spend more money, but but once again, that's mobile gaming for you, and to be honest, that's just gaming in general today, unfortunately. But yeah, just a quick video on my thoughts on mobile gaming and Nintendo mobile gaming. Let me know your thoughts on mobile gaming. I'm not hating here, at all. It's just not for me, But I do know some people are completely fine with playing mobile games and have no issues whatsoever, and have spent extra money because they enjoy those games. But yeah, so leave your comments. Let me know your thoughts, and as always, take care all, and peace.